What's up, guys? This is Craig Miller from 6-7 The Score, 6-7thescore.com. I'm here with Nate Jones. He's currently the assistant trainer of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He was also the 1996 bronze medalist at the Olympics. Nate, give me some of your current fighters. I know Samaje is one of the guys you train. Give me some of the fighters that are up and coming and guys we'll be seeing in the future.
Well, also work, of course, Samaje Thomas, of course, Mr. Mayweather, pound for pound the best. I also work with Sean Simpson. I got another young fighter, 114-pounder. Currently, he's going his way to the Independence Cup, and it is held in Dominican Republic. He'll leave on the 16th, and hopefully he do well down there. Also train a young lady by the name of Natia Sherman from Ohio. She's ranked number 2 in the nation at 132 pounds. Of course, Fred Zaquindo, who right now we're trying to get a big date with him and Klitschko. Hopefully that's going to happen. And, I got some young fighters by the name of Diego Chavez, Yusuf. I got a young fighter that the world's going to see is Lemio, 47 Cent. He's an up-and-coming champion 70-pounder. And, the sky's the limit. Alicia Gutierrez. Another young lady I trained. The sky's the limit. I got a lot of young fighters that hopefully can make a big name in Chicago boxing.
Okay. I produced the Mully and Hanley show on 6-7 The Score, the morning show. We're going to be heading out to the fight in Vegas when Floyd fights May 4th. Who's he fighting, and who do you think the best opponent is out there for him to fight?
Well, Devin Alexander is a very good fighter. Samaje Thomas worked him also. He's a very good, tough fighter. I think either one of them fights make a very good fight. Who I'm leaning for, I would like to see him take Robert on first. But, that's between him and the manager, and they do the negotiation and get the numbers right. Hopefully it works out. I know he's fighting May 4th, but as of right now, I don't know who. But I really don't care because pound for pound, Mayweather's the best.
After this fight, May 4th, he's also going to be fighting for the second time this year. Can we see the Canelo fight? Can we see a Sergio Martinez fight? Who are some of the bigger names that he could potentially fight after the fight with whether it's Devin Alexander, Guerrero? Who could possibly be up next for him after this fight? Of course, given that he's going to win.
Of course he's going to win. And, of course, the big names are Martinez and Alvarez, and I think after those two fights, he has no more left. He had a big run. I think three more fights, 4 would be a little bit too much. Maybe 3 more fights would be enough for Mayweather. Within the next 2 years, he should be putting his coat up forever. I think he beats either one of those guys. Ain't nobody out there going to beat Mayweather. God ain't created him yet. So, either one of them fights be very big, Martinez or Canelo. I think Canelo will be very interesting. I think Martinez will be interesting, but I think it'll be boring. I think we'll outbox him. Canelo brings a lot of firepower. That's going to be a tough, rugged fight that I think we win by knockout in the later rounds.
After this year, say he does hang it up, where does he go down amongst the greatest? Obviously he's had belts in almost every division. Tell me where he stands atop some of the top fighters of all time.
Well, of course, you got to put him with one of the top 5 of all time. You got Ali, you got Sugar Ray Robinson, you got Joe Louis, but you got Erhan Pride. You got some of those fighters that's really rugged and tough. I think back in the days, the fighter had tougher times. There was more rugged, tough fighters. There's only a few left, like Mayweather, the hardcore, from the rooter to the tomb type fighters that's from the floor on up. I think Mayweather is really the only one that's standing left. Is one of the best fighters in the game. But I put him amongst the best. Everybody have their own opinion. You got Ali, you got Frazier, you got Sugar Ray Robinson. But I put him amongst some of the best. And I'll put him in the top, my number 1 of all time.
All right, a little bit about your background. You were a professional fighter. Your career was cut short after your last fight versus Brewster.
Yes.
Tell me what happened after that fight, what the doctors diagnosed you with, and the reason why you got into training.
Well, I felt that I had a good run. I was happy with myself. I was satisfied. When the doctor told me I should take a year or 2 off, recover my body, and then try to come back, I realized then that it was it. You know, if it stopped at a bronze medal, if it stopped at a North American belt, I was completely happy. I know a lot of people didn't get that far, so I'm very pleased with myself. And you know, if God told me something in my ear, Mayweather gave me a call one day and said, "Nate, you're gonna be one of the best trainers in boxing because you know the game. Keep your head up. Come with me." And I did that, and sky's the limits.
I'm glad we're doing this interview because I feel you deserve credit for some of Mayweather's career. You know, you always see, you know, Roger Mayweather, his father. What is his relationship with his father currently right now?
Well, they're very tight. You know, they're a father and son. They have their ups and downs. Sometimes they're not speaking, but I know they love each other. Me and Mayweather go through the same thing. We go months without speaking because, you know, he's bullheaded, I'm bullheaded, but we're the best of friends. I know he cares about me. I care about him more than boxing, and the same for him. So he just Mayweather's a guy that you can hardly understand him. He's a little crazy, but you got to be weird, too, to understand him.
Can you? Yeah, I was asking Samaje. Can you talk about his style of fighting, the Philly shell? You know, it's so unique. You know, I grew up with, you know, the fighters of the traditional Orthodox style fight. I've never seen anybody fight like Mayweather. I'm sure it's happened before, but he's really perfected it. Can you just talk about the style, where he learned it, when he started to use it?
Well, it came from the tutelage of his father and his uncle in the gym of Grand Rapids, the Midwest. Midwest brings some of the best fighters in the game, as you can tell. And it's just something that they dominated as a family, and they've been teaching each other from day one. From Big Floyd to Roger to Little Floyd, and Floyd just mastered it. And it's just a style where you can just feel the punches. You can cover up in the shell. Instead of doing a peekaboo style, you do it more with your left hand, more like an elbow. You block more with your elbow and your shoulders and dipping a lot of punches. And a lot of people can't do it. A lot of people going around mimicking the styles. A lot of people can't teach it. So I can teach it because I come up with them guys. You know, I watch Big Floyd and Roger and listen to Floyd, and they know so much about boxing. And the only thing I can do is observe it. And I can teach it just as well as they can now.
Okay. You know, hypothetically, say Pacquiao does fight Marquez again. Pacquiao beats him. Mayweather goes on and beats whether it's Guerrero or Devin Alexander. Can we see a potential Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, or is that just completely done with?
At one point I was thinking it was completely done, but now, I mean, only way that can happen if Pacquiao come out and do a domination of Martinez. He knock him out. I mean, Marquez. He knock him out within the next first 2 rounds. It'll be very explosive. He needed a stunning knockout, an explosive knockout to bring the thought up again. I mean, it won't be the same as far as the camaraderie, what people think it'll be an even fight. I just think the fight, everybody in the world know now that he don't have a chance with Mayweather, but they still want to see it.
What was the reason why it couldn't get done when they were in their prime? Why couldn't the fight ever get done?
Well, we are strong believers that a Pacquiao used some substance. We think you can't create a champion. God makes the champion. You can't clone the champion. And we don't think if he had a problem with he shouldn't have a problem with taking the test the right way, the blood test and the urine test. If you do it the right way, we would knew for sure that if he would be Mayweather, we knew the best man won the fight, not some horse stuff in your body, some stuff that's banned. I don't believe that, you know, you can't clone greatness. And I think that's what he's been doing his whole career. And they finally caught up with him. You know, Marquez looked a little strange that night.
Very strange.
He looked big. His back looked like Mike Tyson. All he had to do was put a little more black in his color. He didn't look like Mike Tyson. It was strange that night. So I think, you know, the Mayweather idea of cleaning up the game is working, and people need to abide by the rules for these big fights and these big events. We need to know that you're not cheating, that you're honest, a clean sportsman.
How prevalent are steroids in the sport of boxing, and how much do we not know? I mean, is it as corrupt as, you know, you just heard all the stuff going on with Lance Armstrong? Baseball, is it that bad? Is it, you know, is testing needed? Should more advanced testing be done?
Yeah, I think it's got bad in all sports. You know what I mean? I mean, some of these guys want to be great or want to be so good, so bad that they're willing to do that. always was told that great don't have to cheat. I never heard Michael Jordan use steroids or Walter Payton or Mayweather. If you believe in yourself, you don't have to put nothing in your body to have to give you extra boost. You know what I mean? So I think it's been going on in all sports. It really crushed me to see Armstrong really get accused of it and really say that he did it, because I was really standing behind him. He looked like a clean individual, but you never know with these sports. I think it's done in every sport. I think some people need a competitive edge. If it's boxing, hockey, tennis, running, swimming, it's everybody using it. So I think it needs to be. I think sports need to come together and clamp it down and make all sports clean.
What's your take, and give me your reason? Why can't we see the big fight in Chicago? Why can't we pack the United Center? You see it all over in Detroit, Atlantic City, obviously Vegas, New York. Why not Chicago?
Well, Chicago has been a mecca of sports for years, but we don't have any great champions coming out here yet. We had the Martells that fought for a title. We had the Leroy Murphy, a title shot, Quick Tillers. We had good fighters like Donnell Nicholson, myself. I think now that we got some good up-and-coming fighters with Kenny Sims, Samaje Thomas, Sean Simpson, a lot of good young fighters. I think we need to bring it back because Chicago is a mecca of almost everything, almost in every sport.
Who are some of the big names, some big trainers that you really follow and look up to, like Freddie Roach or Roger Mayweather? Who are some of the other trainers that you really look up to as you go on towards your career?
Well, through my whole career, I've also watched the Mayweathers, Roger, Big Floyd. I watched what they did with Floyd. They also worked with me a little bit. But the guys I really am, other than them two, the closest with is Buddy McGirt and rest in peace, Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel always told me you're going to be one of the good trainers there because you know the game, and I like the way you do what you do. And, also got a lot of respect for Freddie Roach. He's a good trainer. He worked hard due to his illness. He still finds a way to work hard and get it done. He seemed like he worked harder than some of the fighters sometimes. But them are the top 5 people that I respect in the game. You know what I mean? Because they paved the way for me.
What's your feeling about Kronk Gym? Will ever reopen and be established as Emmanuel Stewart had it? And can we see more of a Kronk from Detroit and, either whether it's Sam Colonna's gym, this gym? Can we see fighters from Detroit and Chicago go head-to-head in like an annual event?
Well, my friend, promoter Mike Sariola tried to put that together, and we had a good run with it. It was a big show. It was at the ballroom on 35th and Western.
The El Rey.
El Rey Ballroom. Everybody came out. Samaje, Sean. We had a lot of good fighters, ranked fighters from Detroit, ranked fighters from Chicago. It was a big crowd. I think we need to keep that going because that's something big. I think we need to bring back Chicago, New York, Chicago, Detroit. I think it brings a lot of notoriety to the game, and it brings a lot of smaller revenue to everybody come in. We may go to Detroit one year they come to us. Let's have fun and let's do it like we used to do it back in the days, like New York against Chicago.
Thanks so much, Nate. Good luck to you. Good luck to Floyd. It'll be May 4th. I'll be out there hoping he wins, hoping the next victory for him coming up, the fight afterwards. Good luck to you in your career as well.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. See you soon, May 4th. Mayweather will win by knockout.